everybody, and welcome back to Pitstain Hobbies, the dumbest scale modeling channel on all of YouTube. And we're back on the awesome Hachette partworks Mad Max Ford Falcon Interceptor. I mean, you love it, I love it, we all love it. And I've got 2 packs of parts here, which are all pretty much engine parts. So we're going to start working on the engine. We're going to start with 52 to 56. And if I get through all those quick enough, I will do the next pack of parts, because I just want to see this awesome, Ford, I guess technically a small block, 351. I want to see this thing together. So either way, welcome back. I was on vacation last week, so no new videos. And tonight I went to the gas station to get some adult beverages. 2 dudes walked in, bought a bottle of Sprite, 2-liter bottle. And I paid for my thing, and I'm walking out, and they're pouring the bottle of Sprite into the windshield wash tub next to the gas pump. And I went back in, and I told the manager at the station, I said, those guys that bought that bottle of Sprite, they're pouring it into the windshield wash tank, which is just going to make people's hoods all sticky and weird. What is going on with my, I run this thing so often. It's finally, I think, starting to wig out a little bit. There we go. I'll just put it on that. And he's like, yeah. And then I walk back out, and they're filling up their Sprite bottle with gasoline. I'm assuming they didn't own a gas can, and maybe their lawnmower needed some fuel. I don't know. You see some weird things in Atlanta. Just weirdness. I mean, saw some weird things in Mexico on vacation, but not that weird. Here we go. So we got valve covers. Look at these beauties. And I've got my PDF instructions up here. So this one, we're going to take the little black, this looks like a PCV or an oil breather. We're going to put that on there. Then we've got this blue one here, and that's keyed in, and that's going to go on this other valve cap. Or no, maybe not. No. Okay, maybe this one goes on here. Wait, let's see. Hold on. One moment, please. This one doesn't want to fit there. So let's take this one off of here. Put it on here. Yeah, it fits fine on there. And this one, okay, so this one's got a little raised area. This should be the oil cap. But it's probably got a breather pipe on it also. That'll go somewhere in the engine. So we're going to do those. And then we got to put a couple PS14 screws in the back there and there to hold those in. And then I'll be right back. Alrighty. Well, that little cap is screwed in, and we've put in one of our spark plug wire harnesses, or adjusters. You just squeeze it into the little slot there. I'm going ahead and adding the extra touch of a tiny bit of plastic cement on the back of that. If you want to know what this is, it smells even more toxic than Tamiya Extra Thin. This is Mr. Cement Deluxe from Mr. Hobby. They're both great. Mr. Cement Deluxe, I find, works a little bit better on ABS plastic than Tamiya Extra Thin. Just a little more aggressive. Really does its thing. So we got left and right valve covers are done. Let's grab this out. We got a piece of engine block. Let's go to the instructions for 53. And we got 53A here. This engine block half or something. No, this is the intake. Intake valley. Here's the top end. We got some screws here, which are PS05s. Alrighty. And I don't know what the hell we're doing here. I guess we're going to be putting valve covers on here. Most likely. Yes. So we've got left and right. So this says left. That's going to go on there with 2, for fudge's sake, 2 PS05 screws. And then right is going to go on there. Wait a second. Why does that look weird? It looks weird, but that's right. According to the photo, go like that. And again, 2 PSO5 screws in each one. Okay, yeah, yeah, there we go. Get those screws in, I'll be right back. Okay, so here we go. Those are bolted on. 4 PSO5 screws, very nice. Now we've got kit 54, and one of these parts has to go on the chassis. So let me get these out of here. Come on, come on. Don't be shy. There we go. There we go. Okay. So we've got this has to go on the front cross member. It's like the brake lines or something. They're hard lines. It's fine. I'll do that. I'm happy. You know, I'm kind of anti brake hose and fuel hose person, unless you're really going to see them when you open the hood. If it's only underneath, I don't care. Let me get the chassis. I'll be right back. Okay, so we got to take this fella like this, and it came with some rubber hose, which we cut into 35 millimeter lengths. Use your rolling tape marker, measuring tape, and ruler. Fudge. There we go. Okay, so you see these 2 little U shapes and these 2 little guys here? We're going to put them right on top of there, and then a couple of DS05 flange screws are going to go on there. So let me knock those in real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, well, that's in. Like so. Looks good. and then we're going to get rid of this chassis. I'll be right back. Okay, well, those are in. Now we're going to build our carburetor. So we're going to take this square part here, and we're going to take this little guy here. We're going to shove that onto there, like so. We're going to take the inlet of the carburetor and put that peg in that hole. And it's a decent press fit to begin with. Okay, sorry. Oh man, that was gross. Then there's an L-shaped peg and an L-shaped hole, and you guys know what to do. I mean, it's built in your DNA. You see an L-shaped peg, and an L-shaped hole. You shove her in the hole. There we go. That looks pretty good. I like that. Then we got our distributor. So we're going to squeeze these 2 halves together. There's a little indexing right there. That's not the best press fit. I'm gonna throw a little all-purpose melty stuff in here. These are painted parts, so that'll eat through the paint and bond the plastic really well. All right, and then we got to bolt them on to the intake valley, the intake runners. So we're going to use some PSO5 screws. Got a few of those here. There we go. And, oh, I got all 3 out. I don't want all 3. I just want 2. They always give you a spare screw, which you should save in your, little screw organizer. There you go, organizer. No, I'm just being silly now. I was just watching a documentary on Revenge of the Nerds, and I love that movie. I don't know if you guys love it, but I love it. So now, if you can see, there's a locating pin and a hole right there in the middle. Same thing on the bottom of this. That's going to go right in there. And we're going to get that screw in there with our little Mike Lane Veta ratcheting screwdriver handle. I love this thing. This is great. I mean, I was about to buy one probably any moment. And then Mike sent me one. I've got the second one that he sent me also. And this one this is for like other bits. Let's see what else we got in here. All sorts of things. got this thing. So we got this thing here, and that's even more awesome. But this one is like a little more compact, so it's just the right amount of torque. This handle is so big, you can kind of over torque things pretty easily. But like if you're really dealing with a tough screw, the big boy works. This really does the job 99.9% of the time, the little guy here. This guy, it's 838 RAS 051492 Veta. But yeah, it's better known as Get It at Mike Lane. Link below. Obviously, Hachette link below. My Amazon link below is Black Friday's here, everybody. Let's see. So we got a D-shaped pin here and a D-shaped hole. And we're going to put that in there. Now here's a predicament. See, we're like right up against that. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it's fine. I have a long shaft PH0 that I grabbed from Mike while I was there as well. And that is a fun one. And this is an angled mount at the bottom. So when you see it and it looks crooked, it's not. That's how it's supposed to be, apparently. It goes in at an angle. So that's it for that. And that's it. We're done with that. Let's go to 55. And what do we got here? We got a lot of hose. I got hose in different area codes. Oh, well, I live pretty close to Decatur in Georgia, in Atlanta, so I can get away with ludicrous quotes, I think. I'm probably authorized at this point. Oh, look, we have a little ignition coil. Isn't that nice? He's so adorable. We got a whole bunch of hose. Focus, you frack. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, nice red spark plug hoses. This is a special treat right now. We usually just get black. I think sometimes we get blue. I don't know, but like red. Woo, that's awesome. Look at that. We're probably going to have to cut up a lot of hose because they just give us one long length of this. It's fairly flexible. It's pretty decent quality. I mean, you can just pull it through your fingers. The warmth of your hand. Don't use too much pressure or tension. But yeah, see? So we can kind of straighten it out a little bit. Let's see. What are we doing here? I'm going to cut this into a whole bunch of lengths. Okay. We need 7 90mm lengths. 7 90s. 1 110mm and 1 40mm. So I am going to get my ruler out in both freedom numbers and metric. So I'm going to start cutting those out and I'll be right back. Alrighty. Well, we've got all our wires cut. There we go. We also cut these two black wires to, I think, 110 millimeters. Let me double check. Yeah, 110 millimeters for these two black ones. So we've got our 790 millimeter, our 110 millimeter, and our 140 millimeter. We had a tiny little bit left somewhere around, somewhere. I don't know. And now we've got these little spark plugs that we cut off this sprue. There's one left. Come on, focus! Right there. There we go. Now they all have D-shaped pins at the bottom. Where did it go? Where? Okay. That's what they give you a spare. So all these little holes here are D-shaped. So we've just got to glue all of these in because they fit, but they're not super snug. So we're going to glue all these in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just put all the hoses in, and I squeezed on this ignition coil, because that's got to plug into this here. And we've got our spark plugs. We're saving them. I've cut open 58. I said a bad word on my first take on this video, so I then had to delete all the footage and start over. So just, everyone makes mistakes. So we're going to go here, and then I'm not quite sure. Confused. Okay. So if I put this on here now, if I put that on there like so, oof, oh boy. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Alrighty. We bolted this down. So we did put one line from the ignition coil to the center of the distributor, and then we just bolted it down with some DS06 screws, I believe. We're going to put that to the side now. We're going to take this, take our exhaust manifold, and we're going to place it into this piece of the upper engine block and put 2 PSO5 screws in there. I'll be right back. This is a really fun motor to build. I'm really enjoying this motor. I usually hate them. This is a good one. I'll be right back. Okay, well that's all screwed in, and that looks great. Fantastic. Now we're going to take this part here and these 2 parts, and we're going to take the shorter end, put it that way. I'm going to take this thing with the D-shaped shaft and put it into there. It really can't sort of rotate very much. And we're going to put a PSO5 screw into it. I think that's in. Let me just double check that. Yep, that's it. That still rotates. So there you go. You got that. And then we're going to shove this plug into here. It kind of fits. I'm going to put a little cement on it. There we go. A little cement on there. Oh man, that smells good. That smells good and gluey. Whoo! Oh, that's the good stuff. That's the hardcore, the Mr. Cement Deluxe. Whoa, baby. Now we're going to take this thing right here, put it into the bottom of this, and there we go. Just like that. And now we've got to get a little PS14 screw into that hole. I'll be right back. Okay, so that's on there. That's on there. We're going to put this, it's got 2 pins, it goes right there. Then we're going to put a DS20 screw There we go. And there we go. So we've got that part of the upper engine block done, and we've got the beauty shot on the top with the plug wires and the Weiand supercharger. It even says Weiand on there. Yeah, that thing's awesome. So yeah, we got that. And if you notice, it's not really attached to the carb because it was kind of a prop supercharger. Kind of. It was a prop. It wasn't actually functional. It was just kind of bolted on there for looks. So yeah, that's awesome. These are done. Fantastic. And yeah, I had these grandiose plans of doing more of the engine block, but this video is already so long, I think we have to end it here. And I thank you for watching. We do have more Ford Falcon Mad Max parts. We've got U96 coming up next, I think. We've got all sorts of other things coming up. I got more Dalek to do. Yada, yada, yada. But click the links below to Hachette, to my Amazon store, to Mike Lane to get your awesome wear tools. I know I sound like a broken, commercial record. It's just pitiful what I've lowered myself to. I'm not a shill because I use all these things and I love them. I'm not going to tell you guys to buy anything I don't like. That's my one rule. If I don't like it, I'm not going to tell you to buy it. Ever. So if I like it, I may be a moron, but I'll let you know. I like this. It works. So, and check out my friend Will's workshop. Obviously, everyone knows World of Weiand. And, if you're looking for a laser cutter, go to Trotec Tools, or Trotec. Just Google Trotec. They make awesome laser cutters. That's what Mike Lane uses to make a lot of our awesome parts. Yeah, this is cool. All right, I'm having fun. All right, well, tomorrow I'm going to the Home Alone 2 at the Atlanta Symphony Orchestra. They do an orchestral cover of the whole soundtrack. We did Ghostbusters, and I dressed up as a Ghostbuster. I'm not going to dress up as Kevin McAllister, one of the Wet Bandits. But yeah, that should be fun, and we'll get some ramen at a fancy ramen bar place, and it'll be a great day. We're going to have some fun. Hell yeah. Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Thanksgiving, all that shit. I'm Happy Holidays is so lame sometimes, but I do say it anyway to cover anyone I haven't covered. I'm not capitulating. I'm just accommodating. There we go. So, yeah, we got a Hobby Time Modelers Secret Santa going on, and oh boy, it's going to be an interesting event, for sure. Either way, thank you. Like, subscribe, comment, links below, all that good stuff. Adios, everybody.